Hey, it's Friday and you're watching The Biggest Beauty Project. So it's a free week and I have something to talk about this week. So I began to identify as fat when I was in college because it wasn't a bad thing. I had a lot of excess body fat. My BMI was well into the obese category if you do the BMI chart. I shopped at plus size stores and departments pretty much exclusively, and most importantly I identified with the fat community online, especially on Tumblr and YouTube, and that really gave me a place to belong because I identified with all the problems those girls were having. And I like to read the fashion blogs because it showed me that I could look cute too, and it showed me where to find clothes that would fit me. And being fat was really a big part of my identity. And as I've lost weight, that part of my identity has remained, even though I wasn't having some of the problems I was at first. I could fit into seats better and I didn't worry as much about breaking something if I sat on it. But I was still shopping at plus size stores, and whenever I went to the doctor, even if it was something completely non-related to my weight, it would always get brought up. Even though they could clearly see that I had lost weight since the previous year, it still wasn't, at a healthy range. It was still in the obese category. So I still completely identified as fat until recently when things have started to change. This year, a lot of you all know I've adopted a really healthy lifestyle and I've lost more weight, and a lot of things have changed. My BMI right now is barely into the obese category. I'm right on the edge between overweight and obese, and I still have some excess body fat, of course, but I also have some muscles that are becoming more defined. I no longer shop at plus size stores or departments, and I don't really experience any of the problems I had when I was fat. When this really became apparent was when I was at the doctor's office a few weeks ago, again for something completely unrelated to my weight, and it was not brought up. They took my weight and blood pressure and everything was fine, but no nurse or doctor or anyone even mentioned my weight. So that's the first time that's happened in a really long time, and that kind of made me think about this and think about this change that's happened lately. I no longer identify as fat, and I'm not saying that, I'm suddenly thin, and in some circles I'll always, be fat because it kind of depends on where you are, but all those things that meant being fat to me no longer apply, and that's very strange because being fat was such a big part of my identity for so long. I was, Fat Katie, that was just part of who I was, and now a lot of those things don't apply to me anymore, and it feels very strange. So of course this wasn't an overnight thing, but I just kind of realized it a few weeks ago when I was at the doctor's. It kind of dawned on me that, this is different and things have changed, and I'm just gonna have to get used to it. But it's weird because I've never had something that was such a big part of my identity change like that before. And of course I'll always be a fat ally. I'll always be a supporter of the fat community. Even though I don't shop the plus size stores anymore, I still read those fashion blogs because I think those girls are awesome, and what they can do, and when it's so hard to find clothes in their size and they can look so cute with what they can find, I think is really amazing and it's really impressive. And of course I still feel comfortable here on this channel in this space because I feel like one of the great things about this channel is that we are all different shapes and sizes, and we all have different points of view, both regarding weight and just in life. We all have different life experiences. I've been having a pretty good week. Last weekend at work was crazy as expected, not quite as busy as we thought, but still kind of an exciting weekend. That's really it for me today. That's all I wanted to talk about. But if any of you all have ever gone through something like that, not really an identity crisis I wouldn't call it, but where a big part of your identity has changed, I would love to hear about that. I'd love to hear about your experiences and how you adjusted because it's weird. Girls, I hope you're all doing well. I hope everyone has had a good week. Everyone please have a safe and happy weekend. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye.